Good evening. Usually I say good morning, and usually what you see are my hands and not my face. And that's because when it's that early in the morning, nobody wants to see my face. And actually it's late for me. I think it's like 10:30. And because I get up so early, I'm like old people. About this time of night, I am falling apart. And indeed, I'm pretty tired right now. And nobody should want to see this either this late at night. But I had a couple of chores that I had to do before I went to bed because I'm gonna have a busy day tomorrow. I have 4 babies to photograph. I have 5 babies I made last week. Okay, don't freak out. I don't make 5 babies a week every week. They were kind of in different stages and I completed them. I completed 5 babies last week. And that's just because I had a little bit more time. I was able to kind of schedule my time a little bit better. And I had some windows where I could work out in my studio. And I don't get that every week, especially in the summer. I have a 6-year-old who is home for the summer. He has a lot of things he wants to do. He just wants to stay busy, and we had house guests. So you know how that is. You have to clean up the whole house because you want to make them think that you live like that all the time. And they know better and you know better, but it's a game, a little dance we play where we put on our Sunday clothes for our friends. And so I had to tidy up. We got my son moved into his music studio and he is super happy. And had house guests, which was a lot of fun. It was my cousin's son, who I consider my nephew, his wife, and their 3 kids. And it was a blast. We had a blast. Actually went to an amusement park and had a good time. I am not an amusement park person. Cannot stand crowds, don't like fairs, carnivals, Christmas. I'm a drag. Those are not things I enjoy, but all the kids had so much fun, and I had so much fun being around kids having fun, so it turned out okay. So the reason why I am up late tonight is because I have, oh my goodness, I have so much to do. I have Mick to assemble. I have Harper to assemble. I have the other babies to get dressed and get ready for photographing. And so I thought I better stay up late or I am not gonna have time to do this all tomorrow. This part for me is what I call last looks. And I kind of got that term when my son was on television. Right before you go on stage, they have this little area where everybody gets something called last looks. And it's where all the people whose job it is to groom and take care of you and make sure that you present well, kind of go over and get the lint off your clothes and fix your hair and touch up your makeup before you go on. So this is last looks for these babies before I photograph them tomorrow. So I'm just gonna trim a pair, make sure they look okay, make sure nothing fell apart or there's not some detail that I forgot about. And I'm gonna do that right now. Let me move Mick out of the way. And I am gonna turn the camera around so you can see me assemble him and Harper just for fun. This is Brooklyn. I haven't given her a nursery name yet because she's so new and she's got bedhead because she's been in that box all this time. I didn't varnish her whole body, I just varnished her hair. And when I went to go put her in the oven, I put my fingers on her head like this and you can see where I put my fingers. So I'm going to give that a little bit of a repair. But isn't she cute? This is actually one of my favorite Sculpts. And this is Jenny awake. And she's so cute and she's awake. More awake than I am tonight. And I had a little bit of trouble setting her eyes, but I finally got them in there in the way I wanted. She's an awesome little baby. Most of my babies were combi rooted. That means I painted their little heads. And then I rooted just some fine mohair up at the top. Not a lot, just enough to give a little extra soft. And yeah, she has a really sweet face. Look at those lips. So this is Owen awake. And I'm gonna show him to you in a minute, or her to you in a minute. But I want to tell you the story behind the baby so you don't freak out. So I did a TEDx, a couple of months ago. And there were some little girls there who were playing with babies. And she said, you should make an Elsa doll. And I didn't want to explain to her about Disney licensing and all that good stuff because she's little and she was having fun. I'm actually going to make an Elsa inspired baby and sent her over photos of the baby, and that's what I did. And so my interpretation might not be what everybody else's interpretation is. I had these really icy blue eyes, and I've used them twice. They're probably not good eyes for reborns, or I think they would be really great eyes for alternative babies. And they're very, very shocking blue, especially my babies tend to have a little bit more color. I like a lot of color on babies and a lot of unusual color. So I used these eyes, and I made an Elsa inspired baby, and this is her, and there we go. And I used these blue eyes because I wanted her to look icy. This baby isn't for everyone. And I usually name my babies odd things, and she's probably the first baby who has a real name. And that's just because I wanted people to understand why she had such icy blue eyes. I really like her. And one more look. There we go. Ta-da! This baby, and one of my most favorite babies. And this is the first baby that I was really excited to be released. I don't usually, you know, there are lots of Sculpts that I like, and I can't wait. You know, I'm thinking, oh, that's a really cute baby. But I don't think I've ever pre-ordered a baby or, you know, got excited, super excited. This baby I loved right from the very start, and it seemed like it took forever for her to come out. And it's probably not everybody's favorite baby, but she's actually one of my favorite babies. And it's Bountiful Babies, Realborn Patience. And she's their first Down syndrome baby. She is so heavy. She's very realistically heavy, and her head is really bouncy. And I named her Penny, and that's not a real name. I mean like penny as in a penny. There we go. And there's her little face. I did not varnish. And when I list her, I'm going to have to offer to varnish her for someone who wants her varnished. But I think for right now, while she's living here with me, I'm going to keep her unvarnished because her skin is just so, so wonderful. And I really love this baby. I don't keep babies because if I started keeping babies, I would start hoarding babies. I wouldn't be able to say no. And so they all go where they're supposed to go. Mick is such an adorable little Sculpt. He is really, really cute, and I did varnish him. So let's get him put together. Here we go. Here's Mick. Let's turn on a light so we can see him better. And there he is. His head is really heavy, and his limbs are all full. And so I just need to put his body in. This body is what came with him, and it has that little kind of teddy bear belly. I am not a fan. Look at that. He just looks like a teddy bear. Oh, no offense, but I gotta change that body, I think. Okay, I found a 15 to 17 inch body in my stash. That works. I'm really excited that worked out, actually. Well, let me pop his little head on. I have been waiting to assemble this baby all week. Oh, you're too cute, and your legs are flying all over the place. Oh my goodness. Yeah, the newborn fits him perfectly. And I have so many really cute Honest diapers, but I try to give those away and put all the babies in white diapers if I can, because depending on what they're wearing, the white diapers make more sense. We'll give him a little second look at his hairdo. I think what he needs is a better haircut. Things. There we go. I think that's absolutely beautiful. I love top-rooted babies. It's the best of both worlds. You get all that softness of the mohair, but there isn't as much maintenance. I love baby whites. If I didn't have such a hoarded stash of baby clothes, I think all my reborns would just be in white t-shirts and diapers. Maybe they will be someday. Oh my goodness, Mr. Mick. You are too cute. There he is. I keep a stash of just flannel blankets that I keep them in when they're stored in their containers, because I don't want their skin rubbing up on that hard plastic. And I don't send them home in these blankets. These just stay here. The reason why I thought I would do Harper on tape is because he's a full torso baby. And for cuddle factor, these babies are not cuddly. They're stiff, but I know people like them. And right now what I'm doing is making sure that all his joints move freely and that I didn't do them too tightly. And the reason why I thought I would do Harper on tape is because he's a full torso baby. And for cuddle factor, these babies are not cuddly. They're stiff, but I know people like them. And right now what I'm doing is making sure that all his joints move freely and that I didn't do them too tightly. And I assume when people get a full torso baby, at some point they're gonna say, this isn't a very cuddly baby, and I'm gonna keep the torso, but I really want a soft cuddle body. I send instructions on how to remove the full torso. So what I do is there is a soft body inside, baby's all connected to it, and then if they just want to remove that soft body, hello, mister, and have a squishy soft baby, they can. Inside, there we go. There he is. This is a sweet baby. Look at those lips. Oh my goodness. And she was varnished with, ooh-wee, you're slippery. She was varnished with the Look Alive thinning medium from Bountiful Baby. So she has a little bit of a sheen on her. It's not matte, it's kind of satin almost. I like it. I like it better than a rough matte varnish. Again, it's super personal. It's whatever you like. There's no right or wrong or good or bad. And I'm just giving her the once over, the last looks, make sure everything's good. Let's see. We'll check out her hair. It looks good to me so far. She might just need a little tiny bit of a trim over on this side. Let's get her a passy. I'll have to find an outfit that works for her. She has such a feminine face. I think I'm gonna have to go with like very traditional girly. If I do anything with this baby, I'll put new cable ties, just because her limbs are really slippery and they're kind of all over the place. But look at this baby. Here's Araya. I love this tiny bundle of love. Look at that crazy hair she's got going on. I think I'll give her a little bit of a trim. I kind of like her hair wild and crazy like that, but the back is just a little much, so I'm going to take some of that off.